What up, people? How we doing? Be with you in just a second. We're gonna get cracking. Okay. Gonna ping the Discord. You know how it is. We're gonna roll. Cool. Where you guys at? Where is my live stream chat? It's good to be back, baby. It's good to be back. There we go. There we go. Oh, my live stream tab's now just deciding not to load. So that's good. All right, we're here. We're here. We're back. It's working now. Astro, what's up, brother? How you doing? First indeed. Hurrah indeed, brother. How you doing? Good to see you. Just give me with. I'm just trying to sort out my absolute cluster shit of tabs right now. You're gonna have to bear with me. Absolute nightmare. But we're here, man. We're here. Cool. How you been, man? Why can I still hear myself? Oh, it's because I've got my tab unmuted. Unmuted. I mean, is my all centered? Honestly, I worry too much about these things. Can I let's maybe try this. That's a little bit better. Just less of the boom arm in the way. It's good to be back on stream. Get to exercise the vocal cords. A lot of stuff to talk about. But it's exciting. I'm thinking, still not 100% on it, but looking at moving into. I spoke about it on the recent podcast episode. But I'll wait until a little more people roll in here, and we'll get cracking. But yeah, good. I will. Yeah, I'll save my stories when we get a few more people rolling in here. Oh my god, that voice crack. Lord have mercy. But I hope you guys are all doing well. 2 seconds. There we go. All right, I'm just checking. My levels are all good. Everything. I think we're sweet. How have you all been doing though? How have you guys been doing? What's been a weird week in the world of MMA. Kind of like it's one of those times where I describe it as a sort of middle ground moment, almost like a limbo kind of week where we're right in between things. We're right on the precipice, right on the crux of things finally actually happening in the sport. Where you could give it a couple more days, and then we're going to get something big, a huge announcement. Like, I don't want to say the Topuria Makhachev fight, but that's what I'm going to say. It's the fight to make. It's the one we've been talking about for weeks, if not months, if not hell, even longer than that at this point, right? And it feels like we're just on the precipice of that. By what is usual standards, quite a quiet week in terms of MMA news. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? I feel like we're in the sort of middle section, but that is the nature of the beast with MMA. And I think maybe you could argue it speaks to the wider context of where the sport is right now in terms of its place, how well it is doing. I saw a clip of Eddie Hearn on the MMA Hour talking about a lack of stars within the UFC. And I think that is, to be honest with you, I think that's somewhat valid criticism. I think you can definitely make that point because the UFC, I think we've come to realize over the last year or so, has become something that's so much more about the brand rather than the fighters. And since McGregor and since what he's done in this sport, they're doing everything in their power to make sure no fighter becomes bigger than the UFC. Right? I think that's an important distinction to make. I think it's very true as well. We haven't seen anyone match McGregor's star power, and obviously that is a big task. It's a tall order to do something like that. But we've never seen someone close to it, and I think a major reason that is because of what Dana White, Hunter Campbell, and the guys at the top of the food chain, the top brass, are doing in ensuring and capping the limits of these fighters in terms of promotions, promotional material, everything in between that can elevate a fighter to that higher power, higher status, like a Conor McGregor, as I said. Bro, I'm just giving my mind, bro. Well, listen. I'm talking, man. Bro, I'm not gonna yap it again. I'm just talking about the wider context of the UFC in terms of star power and what Eddie Hearn spoke about on the MMA recently about the overall context of the sport, how there's a lack of stars. He can't name that many, and I think in some ways it's very valid criticism. That's kind of the argument I was using. I don't know why no one's rolling in it. I don't know if my community post ain't rolling out properly or what. This is a bit unusual. Usually we got people flocking in it straight off the bat, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Very strange. Maybe it's just one of those days, Astro brother. Maybe it's just one of those days. I'm sure it won't take long. Don't worry about it. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than that, man. Don't even worry about that. But I hope you're well. As I'm saying, I hope all of you are doing okay. I know we're in. I mean, particularly right now, we're just in kind of trying times in general. Things are tough. At least they have been for me sometimes. It's the nature of the beast. It's the game we play, and I'm happy to be here with all of you. Eventually, that come around. But yeah, we're good, man. We're good. I've been slacking on this latest video. To be honest with you, it's taking a lot longer than it should. It's not even that long of a video. It's only gonna be like 12 to 15 minutes long, and it shouldn't have taken this long. Really, I've just been lazy. But it's coming along. It's nice. I'm proud of the thumbnail. I like it. It's all kicking off. There you go. Yes, sir, Ivan. How you doing, man? That's more like it. That's more like it. Like the stream, if you will. That would actually help. For one thing, that would actually help. Sorry, I'm just tiny my mic stand. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of a whirlwind week, at least in terms of my side of things. But in the fight game, maybe less so. As I said, we're in a sort of limbo period, I'd like to say, where, we maybe lack of fight news, lack of everything. But I feel like we're on the precipice of something good, man. Isaac, what's up? Jury video was quite good. I appreciate it, man. I'd hope more. But I appreciate it. If there's any criticisms you'd had of it, because it was a nightmare to put together. I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because it was an absolute nightmare to actually put together structurally, contextually, because of finding good sound bites from Jury is tough because his English isn't perfect and his story is quite erratic, and it was a tricky challenge for me. I think it turned out pretty well, though. My next video is definitely not as in-depth as that, or it's not even a fighter doc, so a little bit different. But yeah, I'm proud of how it turned out. I just wish it got a little bit more views. But hey, we can't have everything in this game. That is the nature of YouTube. But I'm glad you liked it, man. Thank you. Gonna say I'm curious how you scrounge up scenes you can use. Well, with pods and stuff and sort of clips of them talking, that's easy enough. The one thing I'm really careful of, in terms of, it depends what angle you're talking about, because from a creative side of things and an artistic perspective, how I want a video to flow, the emotional beats I want it to hit, there's a lot more consideration in terms of what I use and the clips I'm using. But if you're talking on a sort of copyright legal side of things, it's more about fair use, using a variety of sources, and on the UFC front, avoiding broadcast footage as best I can, because I'm telling you now, that is just, it's a straight up death sentence. It is. So I do my best to ignore all of that. It's honestly, I can tell you all about that. Tough. I've been through the ringer when it comes to copyright claims. Luckily, I mean, touch wood, I'm going to do that now. I don't get too many of them these days because I'm very careful and I know what I'm doing. But it's kind of a trial by fire thing. I'm gonna be real. I've been half my first year of YouTube really was a lot of just that, avoiding the copyright claims, trial and erroring every little detail. I mean, even now, like I actually had to trim like 1 second of my jury video. I'm not joking, 1 second, because one bit of the stare down between him and Pereira that I used, I'm telling you, 1 second of that was from a broadcast camera, and it got claimed from that. I'm serious. It's really frustrating, but that is, listen, they're within their rights. It's their footage. I understand the perspective, so I can't really get mad, can I? What can I say? It's part of the game. Steve, how you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. How you doing? You well? I hope you're all well for that matter. I hope you're all doing okay. Because as I said, I mean, I mentioned it on last week's stream. It's been quite a tough one for me recently, just in terms of getting out the bed on a metaphorical side of things, if that makes any sense. So just getting back on the editing grind, getting things done. It's been tough for me this week and last week. And I have been slacking. That's just how it is. But I talked about it on the podcast recently. Something I'm very excited about doing is getting into the broadcasting side of things. I'm gonna start trying my hand at radio commentary. Because obviously I've got the experience in front of camera since streaming with you guys, doing the podcast, and of course bits and bobs for the videos as well. And I'd like to get some variety in my career, if that makes any sense. So sort of go down some new paths, tread some new paths. So it's exciting. Gonna start making some grounds on that. Hopefully doing some commentary work at some point. I've been networking with some people. It's exciting times. We're gonna try and make some stuff happen over the next year. Anchor, yeah, sorry, mate. I saw it. I just haven't gotten back to responding it yet. I was going to get back to you literally, but as I saw it about 5 minutes before I jumped on the stream. So, because I literally opened Discord to get ready to send out my notification and all that jazz. And then just before that, and I saw it. So I will get back to you, man. I like it, though. It's good. I did see the thumbnail. I just didn't see your breakdown bit of it. But thank you, brother. I appreciate it. I'll be back with you after the stream. Steve, I'm glad you're good, mate. Glad you're doing well. Thank you, brother. I'm glad you are too. I hope you listen again. For me, this stream's not a place for me to vent about things. I don't want that to be for you guys. But I'm always someone who tries to talk honestly, right? I want to be open with you, talk about whatever, whether it's MMA, personal stuff. Listen, I'm not gonna rant and ramble. I'm just gonna remain as real as I can. I'm not trying to put on a front like a lot of people do. That's just not who I am. So we're gonna do my best to just you know how these streams go. They just get derailed into nothingness and random topics. And in a lot of ways, I think they're the funnest times we have on here. So, Navigator, what's up, man? How you doing? Good to see you, brother. It's all right. Cool, Anchor, man. I'll chat to you after. Thank you. Hope you're well too. Oh man, but yeah, right now I think I mentioned on last stream very briefly, but I'm working on a video on the James Krause scandal, like a full in-depth one. I'll show you the thumbnail because I am proud of it. JVD, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you again. Always bringing the energy. If you can, by the way, guys, like the stream. I know I mentioned earlier, but it always helps. But I will, if it lets me, I'm going to try and show you something here. Hang on a minute. If it lets me. That's not it. There we go. There we go. This is the thumbnail. What do you think? I'm proud of this one. I think this is pretty fire. I mean, I've done something similar in the past. And obviously, this is very inspired of other people's work. This is not a format that's anything new. But I think it's looking good. Well, let me know what you guys think. It's for the James Krause scandal, the betting scandal. Someone actually did a video on it very recently by pure coincidence. So, you know, maybe looks like I'm riding on those coattails. I'm trying not to. It's just pure coincidence. Walnut, my man. How you doing, brother? But yeah, this is the thumbnail for next week's video. At the moment, anyway. I might be looking to change it. Actually, what is that at the bottom? What am I missing here? What is that little... What am I seeing? Oh, there's an extra black bar here. I missed that. Look. There you go. That's going. But yeah, I mean, I like the thumbnail a lot. Pretty proud of it. Took me a little while to put together, but I think it's coming along nicely. In fact, that needs to get moved to the front. Get my logo up in there. There we go. Actually, I might put it there. It just makes it a bit more. Yeah, that works. But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Video is almost done. It'll be done for tomorrow. There we go. Little doubt. Wrong set for the stream. Have you had a good week? I've been okay, man. I've been okay. That's what I'm saying. A little bit better than last week. Still struggling with the just getting stuff done. But that's how it is. But as I said, I mentioned on the podcast episode, I saw you comment on it earlier. I just replied to it. So I assume you listened to the episode. But even if you didn't, you know, I spoke about inroads and doing commentary, getting into that side of things, broadcasting, just getting my voice and my face and my name out there a little bit more. And because I realized I'd love to start working events. I think that would be really fun. I think I've got a skill set for talking on camera, talking in a sort of flow state, like a live stream, like a podcast, or like the guys like John Anik and Dom Cruz would do on the commentary desk for fights. And if not that, presenting in some capacity, anything like that, I feel like that is something I could do to a higher level. And as I said, I've got the experience in front of the camera doing all of this with you guys, and I built the skill set as a result. So it's an exciting path for me to tread. And as I said, I've been doing some networking in that regard, making some inroads, chatting to a few people, and I'm gonna try, and we'll see. Again, nothing at the moment. Gonna try and get some work. It's gonna be exciting. Again, and that doesn't mean the videos are going anywhere. It just means my work is spread across a multitude of efforts, you know? So it's a little bit different. But more change, more variety. That's what I'm getting at. Thank you, though. Instagram Real Sprint, I get you. Don't worry. I'm the same. JD, I'm winning. I don't know about guys. Good to see you, man. By rear naked choke is a bold claim. Belal is, you know, for all of his faults on, like, from the eye test, he is actually very durable and hard to finish. So we'll see. I actually have Belal winning personally, but I'm very back and forth on it. Steve, I will give you the breakdown in a moment. I'll get the card up now. As cards go, it's not too crazy, but I think there's some interesting sort of small sleeper fights in there. There always is, but usually they just get overshadowed. That's the thing. Most people don't see them because they're okay. Let's try this again. There we go. How we sounding? We sweet? Oh, that's good. There we go. Okay. You hear me okay? Just checking. We're all sweet. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so, oh my god. Right, Belal. I can't even see chat now. Hang on. There we go. Honestly, nightmare, nightmare, nightmare. Hey, whoa, Steve. I ain't doing that, man. I don't. I'm not. I don't want to hear any Valentina Shevchenko disrespect. She's one of my goats. She's one of my favorite fighters of all time. I can't have that. Though in normal circumstances and a lot of women's fights, I will agree because I just don't have the knowledge for one. But here is I actually think it's a very interesting fight. I think it's closer than people think. If I'm with you, to be honest, if I'm going to speak my truth, I think that's a very close fight, and the odds definitely reflect it. I am surprised if Euro is the favorite because I actually think, in a lot of ways, there's money to be made there. As much as I'm a Valentina Shevchenko fan, and she is one of my favorite fighters, and has been since she won the belt. You know, I followed her reign from start to finish, and now she's on her second one, of course. Fioro is legit. She's also very, very big for the weight class. I think that's something people forget. Fioro is huge for flyweight. It's what we saw when she fought Erin Blanchfield. Blanchfield had a lot of struggle taking her down because of the size difference and possibly the lack of experience too. Fioro is actually seasoned. She's older than I thought. She's about 35, I think, 36. So similar to Shevchenko. So it's an even playing field, but Valentina's obviously got a lot more mileage on the clock, a lot more pedigree in the martial arts world, and I think it might be finally catching up to her now. And we've seen her slow down, not be at her best like she used to be, which is the natural course of things in MMA. It just is, right? So I'm very back and forth on this fight. Listen, I'll put it this way. The easiest way for me to predict this fight is my brain says Fioro, my heart says Shevchenko. That's very clear cut down the middle. And I can understand it, to be honest with you, man. She's from Kyrgyzstan. I thought she was Polish. I think she has a bit of Polish heritage. I could be wrong there. She's definitely got Eastern European heritage outside of Kyrgyzstan. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong, but she represents the flag. So Aldo Zahabi is interesting. And obviously we are in Canada, so this is some home territory step up for Zahabi. A lot of pressure there that comes with that. But also, if you're a man who thrives, or a fighter rather, that thrives under that pressure, fighting in a home crowd can work massively in your favor. It's about being able to channel that pressure and turn it into something positive on the mental side of things. That's the question, whether Zahabi can do it. I can't remember who he fought last. Who was it? He's coming off a couple wins now, right? He's on a nice little win streak. Yeah, Pedro Munoz, that was it. Man, he's won 5 in a row. That's pretty impressive. Again, not the best competition, but beating Javid Basharat is no shame, and that's a legit win. These 2 wins, very, very impressive. Pedro Munoz and Javid Basharat, very solid. So Aldo's the perfect step up for him. Seasoned veteran. We know how crafty Aldo is, even at this age, right? So I'm intrigued to see how it goes. And I'm surprised Aldo's that big of a favorite. I think there's some good money on Zahabi on it by decision. I like that. But I obviously I want Aldo to win. King of Rio, one of the GOATs. Of course we do. Usman or Buckley, who wins? Turtles, it's good to see you, man. Ricky, what's up as well? Eric Smith. Okay, who's Eric Smith? This is probably a lookalike that I'm going to hate, right? Yeah, I spoke about this on the. I'll look that up in a second, but I think Buckley's going to take it. Just again, he's coming to his own recently at welterweight, so I'm excited for him. Fight night was better than 315. Honestly, it's a fair argument, man. Nav, that's crazy. Division's insane. Fiora's undefeated. Macy's on a win streak. Erin's only lost his man on herself. Yeah, a lot of good new blood in there. And again, I think this is really Shevchenko's second reign just won't last very long. She hasn't got the age, the mileage is catching up to her, as I said. So we'll see. She can definitely get past Fiora, but it's a tough one for her. We're all sleeping on Belal, but it's his fault for boring us all to sleep. Derek, that's a very good way of putting it. I didn't even think of that when I made the title. I think you're right. Actually, Silver's also undefeated in the UFC. Yeah, man. A lot of good contenders in flyweight. Who is... All right, let me see this Eric Smith, guys. This is about to generally get... Oh, wow, he's a murderer. Wow, okay. Oh, he's bald. He's bald, bro. What do you mean? Oh, right. Is this him as a kid? Was this him when he committed these murders? Wow, that is crazy. Wow, I don't even know to say thank you, or I mean, I'm not going to say thank you. You've just compared me to a serial murderer, so. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I appreciate the creative effort. You know, I'll give you that. But to be fair, I did get new glasses today, so that might be a little catalyst for that call. Usman's knees RIP. Yeah, Buckley will capitalize on that too. He's very mobile, very explosive for welterweight, so we'll see. 317 Ilya Armour just announced. Dana, you're joking, right? I'm gonna look this up anyway because I'm a fucking idiot. I don't believe you, but I'm gonna fall for it. I hope you're baiting me. I really do because I don't want. I ain't seen nothing on it, so I think you're trolling me, man. I wanted to look this up only because I don't want it to be true. That's literally the reason why. You bet. Thank God you're wrong and you're baiting. I swear. Cheers to the shout on the cast, brother. What did I say? I can't remember. It was about a comment, right? Or something like that. I can't remember if I mentioned you by name. I don't think I mentioned you by name, or I would have remembered that. That's what I'm saying. It might have been a comment on my stream or on the stream that you said, right? I think I remember saying something about that. Armansen, when did he say that? Thing is, these fighters talk a lot, man. That's the only reason why I feel like I'm doubting that. Did he post on his story or something? On Instagram? What's he saying? I ain't seeing nothing on. Are you still trolling me? It feels like you're still trolling me. Swear to God. Terrorism commentary coming soon? Yeah, man, maybe. No, not for a while. Like, it won't be. The event's not in. Can't speak. Clearly not doing a good job, am I? The event's in August, so we'll see what happens till then. Again, me and Will got a liaise, talk about it. We'll get around to it, man. So that'll be cool. But yeah, he said I could do it. I said yes, I'm 100% down. So we'll see. That'll be, as I said, I mentioned it on the podcast, and we were just talking about it before you jumped in, Ali. We were talking about my new direction with content, not necessarily with the YouTube documentaries. They're not going anywhere. But as I said, I'd like to make more inroads in commentary, broadcasting, just getting my face in front of the camera a little bit more, right? And building that out. So that's the position I'm in. That's what we want to do. I want to get on the commentary desk. I want to get on radio as well. Both of those things, just build out my profile as much as I can. I'm just fighting a grappling tournament. Yeah, exactly. He is fighting that. Show us some toe wrestling footage. I'm not gonna do that now. I'm not gonna do that now. But go on. They did some cool stuff though. They did some really cool promo shit. North Sea, what's up? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thoughts on John Jones without getting demonetized? I'm not a fan of the man, and you'll know that if you watch some of my videos. I hold the guy to account very much so. So, you know, I'm not John Jones's biggest fan. Current favorite fighter, Tom Aspinall, all day. Tom Aspinall until he retires, to be honest with you. Guy's stand up. He's a stand up human being and he's a stand up fighter. In literal and metaphorical sense of the word. Favorite struggle meal? Ramen, brother. Always. Classic university activities, man. Easiest way, I tell you what, it's not even a struggle meal. It's just a good meal to make, to be honest. Best way to upgrade your ramen. Sesame chicken, little bit of cream cheese. I'll tell you, dash of cream cheese in your ramen, game changer. Game changer, I'm telling you. Just adds that nice little thickness to it, and it's just, beautiful. And some chopped onions. Chop some spring onions, bit of cream cheese. Don't sleep on it, I'm telling you. John Jones is scumbag loser. That we agree, my friend. Like that type of content, certainly got the voice and personality for it. Yeah, to be honest with you, the commentary stuff, again, I'm talking like working on the desk and things like that, or in radio, so it wouldn't be on my channel. Per se, if we're in like actual videos, I might talk about it on streams, or hell, I might even make another channel for it, right? But in terms of the main channel videos, that will probably always be similar, or at least in the same vein as what I make now, right? With these documentary storytelling pieces. I just want to have my fingers in another basket, if that makes sense. Or eggs in another basket. Fingers in another pie. That's the phrase. Which I hate, and I hate that phrase, and I don't know why I'm saying it, but I've said it now. But that's, yeah, it's exciting, to be honest with you. It gave me a little bit more motivation this week. Set a bit of a fire in my belly. I've reached out to a few people, and just to get some information, ideas, where I can go. To be honest with you, what it comes down to is just getting that in. That's what I realized. I was chatting to Balian from MMA on Point. Again, I've had a couple of conversations with him over the last couple of years. I reached out to him again. I just wanted to get his 2 cents, because obviously he's got work in FCC on the commentary desk, and he's very experienced in that regard, broadcasting, interviewing. So I had a chat with him, and he said, it's like, mate, it's just about getting that in, right? That's what you got to do. So put your front foot forward. That's what I took out of it, was putting your front foot forward, trying to get those opportunities as best you can, and be better, right? Be better than other people. So at least that's what I took out of what he gave me. So appreciate the advice he gave me, and again, other people had a couple of calls with here and there. So struggle meal, white rice with soy sauce, pork chops. I like that. I'm more of a chicken guy, but I had some pork yesterday. Banging, man. Run us down the top prospects and unranked people in each division. Yeah, I've done that before. It's just a little bit more systematic. It's not as storytelling as it's not. It doesn't follow that path as much as I'd like it to. If that makes any sense, I prefer these cinematic pieces more so. There's a fine line which I don't mind crossing sometimes in terms of changing my tone and format up a little bit, like that video you mentioned. So it's kind of a balancing act. Maybe I will though. JJ will absolutely maul Tom. Tom will beg for mercy, but my goat, I'm assuming you're talking about Jones, will not show mercy. Okay, wow, I get what you're saying. I disagree on both fronts, but we'll see. What do you think is the card for 317? Has it not been announced yet? We've not got anything for that. Let me have a look. Okay, I typed in 317 and it's showing me a fight night. So I guess we got nothing. No fights for it at all. It's International Fight Week, isn't it? Yeah, we spoke about this last week. Yeah, it has to be Topuria Makhachev. They're waiting on it. It's literally, this is what's happening. They're waiting on this fight at 315. As soon as we get that done, I guarantee you we'll get an announcement pretty soon after for Fight Week, International Fight Week. 100%. 100%. I made a list of the best prospects in question of the day. Got you. It's the prospects. Did you rank these guys or? I don't even know who half these motherfuckers are. I know a few of them. Whelan Salkid, I don't know who that is. Jonathan Mikhalev, don't know him. Obviously, Topuria's brother. I'm excited to see him again after he fought Colby Thickness, who you also mentioned in there. Colby Thickness, he looked okay on his debut. Again, fighting a Topuria is no easy task. He looked all right. Tom Nolan, yeah. Gabriel Santos, I really like. Allison Teixeira, another, yeah, he's actually good. Bogdan Grad, don't know him. Amzat Bekoev, I don't know him. Marco Tulio, I like. Jacoby Smith, I don't know. Jose Delgado. I've probably seen these guys fight. I just can't remember their names. That's the reality. Gabriel Bonfim, he's not as good as I thought he was going to be when he joined the UFC. Elijah Smith, sure. Nazim Sadikov. Sadikov is good. Chang Ho Lee, I don't know. Malcolm Wellmaker. Yeah, he had a great knockout over Cameron Saman. Excited on him. But I can't believe you're not putting the one and only Lonnie Kavanagh, man. Yeah, exactly. Astro put it. I just scroll down. Astro's commenting Lonnie. No debate. Lonnie Kavanagh is unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. Oh, not ranked. Okay. But Lonnie's not ranked. Isn't he not? I don't think he's ranked. I'm checking now. I'm pretty sure Lonnie's not in the top 15. So he probably will be pretty soon. He's not in the top 15. Yeah, he's not. There you go. Gotta be in that, man. I'm not interviewing Alan Childrenbuli, bro. He said he beat Khabib. I can't do that. Oh, apologies, man. Jesus. What's up, Mike? How you doing, brother? Oh, to this Saturday. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. You just missed it, actually. We were just breaking down the main card. Saying that, I didn't break down the main event. I mean, as I said, I like the odds on Zahabi by decision. I like the odds on him against Zaldo by decision. I think they're nice. It really gets with. So do I. If we're talking about, yeah, I mean, RDR, man. He's fun to watch. I mean, let me look at the fight night. What is the actual full card on that? It's not standing a figure-8. There we go. I mean, that's a great main event as we're speaking on. In fact, I'm going to get this back up. There you go. You guys can see that, right? We're all sweet. Okay. This is this is straight up a better card than the 315. Way better. I like Sandhagen against Figgy. I actually think Sandhagen via sub is a... What are those odds, though? Those odds are so wide. Holy shit. I didn't expect them to be that wide. I mean, I get it. I do understand it, but Jesus, a minus 500 is crazy. That is crazy. One of these men has been an undisputed champion 2 times. And it's not Corey Sandhagen, who's the minus 500 favorite. Again, I know at flyweight, but that is crazy. I mean, I was going to say there's good money on Sandhagen via sub, but I'm going to look up the odds on my phone. There probably aren't anything to write home about. But let's have a look. RDR Nickel. I like RDR against Nickel. There's good odds on him too. Him by decision maybe. But again, Bo's wrestling is... he hasn't improved as much as we hoped he would. And I think what that has come down to is the reliance on the wrestling rather than the willingness to improve on his weaknesses as much. So we'll see. Man, I'm sorry. I still can't get over that minus 500. What's Corey via submission? Wow, there's crazy odds on that. I'm putting... He's 7-1. 7-1 to win by submission. I can't lie. I'm putting a fiver on that. I'm 100%. Corey by submission is 7-1. I like that. I mean, yeah, he hasn't won that many by submission, but I feel like that's where Figueiredo's weaknesses lie. I feel like he can get choked out easy by Sandhagen. 100%. But was learned to strike? No, come on, bro. He went to decision with Paul Craig. And I like Paul Craig, but the man has no striking defense. Absolutely none. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't had a submission in a while. I might have to refund that bet. But he's got a few. I mean, he's got a couple. I just think there's money there. I like that. I know the stats don't necessarily prove it. I mean, in terms of his UFC pedigree, but I like it. Big money fight going above 2.5 rounds. I agree with that. What are the odds on that? Let's have a look. Look at me. I'm a fucking degen gambler. This is what you guys have done to me. You guys didn't do anything. I'm just hoping. Over 2.5. I mean, the odds aren't great on it though. Yeah, the odds suck. Bet 5, get £6 back. Great. 1 to 5. K. You're always on side quest in this stream chat. I swear to God, man. Ponzinibbio Rodriguez. I feel like that's actually not a great fight as much as it looks like it on paper. Daniel Marcos. He fucking robbed Davy Grant. I'll never forgive him. Wait, wasn't it Davy Grant he robbed? Yeah, he robbed Davy Grant. He's my public enemy number 1. Go on, Montel Jackson. Knock that motherfucker out. Cameron Smotherman versus Serhi Side. Who did these motherfuckers fight, bro? I don't even know. Okay. He beat... I don't even know, man. Cameron Smotherman. Who's this guy for? Oh, he beat Jake Hadley. Oh, yeah. See, I don't know these guys' names. I just remember who they fought. I mean, sure. Could be a fun fight. Mason Jones. Let's go. Representing Wales. We love it. Yeah, I mean, he's got a win over David Onama, man. And, you know, he went to decision with Ludovic Klein. I mean, that's legit competition. Legit competition. He's a big favourite, to be fair. Against Jeremy Stevens, who is going to be ready for that, you know. I mean, he's old, but he's crafty and he hits hard. Misha Tate's back. What the fuck? Julian Robertson. That's a fun fight. Robertson Rodriguez. I'm there for that, man. And don't make it weird. I just think Robertson's got really, really good grappling, and because she does. Leo, you're low-key casual times. Yeah, I know, man. I don't care. I don't watch the fight nights week in, week out as much as I used to. My life is MMA, man. I can't just sit there watching and looking at every fighter. I just don't do that. I'm not interviewing Andrew Javuli, bro. Hey, I chill with the fucking racism, bro. None of that, man. Please. Ricky, chill on that, man. Or I'll time you out. Can't have that. I'm actually going to speak on that. There's been for some reason, last like year or two, just crazy amount of casual racism towards Indian people. It's fucking nuts. Pretty crazy. So let's chill with that. No more of that, please, man. That we do, base. That we fucking do. How are you doing, man? He is my GOAT. One of my favorite fighters. I spoke about him last week. It's about my all-time favorite fighters. He's on there. What an absolute beast he is. That's crazy, Ricky. Crazy work. Crazy work. Sorry, I can't speak today. Not a good sign, as I said. If I want to get to the commentary world and the radio world, it would probably be a good thing if I could string my sentences together. Jacoby Smith is an elite prospect. Generally worth looking at his record. Are you trolling or always? Oh no, you're actually one that you put in the list, right? You better not be trolling me. I swear to God. That'll be the second time today. Jacoby Smith. Oh, didn't he fight recently? Yeah, he knocked out Preston Parsons in January. I think I remember that fight. Yeah. And I mean, no, it's not crazy competition, but yeah, at 9-0. Pretty much all by finish, bar a couple. I mean, yeah, he's a problem. Again, it's hard to say though until they face legit competition, right? That's like the big thing. I got Ilya subs Islam. I don't think he's going to sub him, but I think he can beat him. Very much. Anyone betting RDR by sub, pull your money immediately. Bo had a grappling match with Oliveira. Tarza on the Fight Pass, who's a top 10 BJJ grappler. He walks were allowed and Bo did very good. That's an interesting point, actually. Yeah, I mean, he got tapped by Gordon Ryan, right? But there's no shame in that. I mean, it's fucking Gordon Ryan. Big wasp in my window, killer release. Normally I would not advocate for killing insects, but fuck wasps. They offer nothing to society, so get him, man. Ilya by Das is free money. Ilya by Das, bro. That's crazy. And I love a Das choke, and I love Ilya Taporia. But if anyone's going to hit a Das, it's Islam Makhachev. Let's be honest. Also, I love your opinions, guys. I know I'm actually, but let me know. What do you think of the new glasses? Are we fans or no? A little bit thinner. Also, make realize my eyes are not gigantic. But let me know what you think. I think they're nice. What am I doing, bro? I'm doing the Rizzler. Even going right out to shoulder crunch to get the triangle. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, it's because he's strong. You know, to get a triangle like that, if you have to shoulder crunch, I mean, it just proves the strength, right? Guys, that's what I struggle with. I love a triangle when I'm sparring. But guys I train with who are really strong or just heavy or big, like they'll just put their hands on my hips or on my chest, and they'll just push back, and they'll break my guard open and just work backwards because they can. So I have to look for shoulder crunches or really control the head as best as I can. Difficult. Ilya will treat Islam as a wasp. That's crazy. Okay, Bugger. Let's chill on the weirdness, brother. No Diddy, please. You gotta follow up with that, or it's too weird. RDR and Figure giving times 16 in a parlay. Yeah, that's a bit absurd. I'm gonna be honest with you. 16 times? No way. I mean, Figgy's not gonna win the fight. Sandhagen should be a significant favorite, not a minus 500, but I'm very confident in picking Corey. He'd be my lock for the night. The range. I mean, Figgy's gonna struggle with that range massively. You actually look good. Old glasses make you look like a door kid. I'll take it. I feel like as a commentator, you'd be good at explaining the techniques of BJJ positions on the ground. I mean, I could do that, but again, mate, I'm not a fucking black belt. I'm probably like a blue belt. Like I'm probably the equivalent of a blue belt. Again, I train no gi really only, so you know I've never put a gi on in my life, so I don't technically have a belt. But I'd say I'm at around a blue belt level. I do think RDL will outstrike Bo, but Figgy winning seems impossible to me. I think I agree. I agree. RDR has a good chance of winning, much more than Figgy does against Sandhagen. No way Ilya is beating Islam and he knows it. I disagree. I think you're talking about two of the greatest fighters in the world. There's always going to be an element of chance, randomness, risk when you've got two guys at that high of a level. There's no certainty there. There's no certainty in MMA at all, but there's far less certainty in a matchup like this. Advocate for him to fight Charles? No, we talked about this. We had this conversation before. I remember, but why? Why would you want to see that fight first? Or for principle, sure, but fuck principle when it's between two of the most exciting and biggest names in the sport right now. Fuck principle. You can ignore that. I'm happy to ignore principle when it's Ilya Taporia fighting Islam Makhachev. I'm sorry. If we don't get Jones Aspinall heavyweight will be worse than it already is. I agree. Shut the fucking gazebo, bro. Anyone will do anything to put him in the conversation. I think there's a couple of good heavyweight fighters coming through, but yeah, I agreed. Aspinall has to fight Jones, man. Or if he's not fighting Jones, strip the man. Just strip John Jones. I really don't get it. That's so frustrating. Charles is declining. Well, yeah, man, he's old. Of course he is. But that's the nature of the beast, man. Ilya's elite with a solid chin. Yeah. He tucks his chin very well. What do you think, Charles? Islam 2 will be competitive? No, it won't, Bagua. I disagree. I don't think it will be at all. I think Makhachev works him harder better than the first fight, in my opinion. And that's saying something. I think Makhachev is just in the ascendancy while Charles has passed it now. And there's no shame in that. Charles has been past his peak athletically and mileage-wise. He just has been. Isn't flyweight where Figure just had a bigger than everyone? A 25 and moving up will always have a shitty time because not only are bantamweights bigger, they are more skilled. I agree. Well, I don't agree about the more skilled part. I think the lighter weight classes in general are just at a higher level than everyone else, and that goes for flyweights and bantamweights. You can kind of put them in the same bracket there. But the size difference, sure. I still think Figgy is just naturally a bantamweight anyway. He's far too small for flyweight. Or far too big for flyweight, rather. He was killing himself to make that weight. But the range is the struggle. Against a guy like Sandhagen, that's where the difference is going to be made. Pick 3 fighters to win against the Gorilla in an octagon. None of them. I'd pick Aspinall, probably Eddie Hall, because it's not really about technique against the Gorilla. You just need to be. It's about strength. Then again, Eddie Hall would gas out quickly, so maybe not. I pick Tom Aspinall easily. Tom Aspinall would be my guaranteed lock. Doing another man, my go is extremely sus. Yeah, I use it sarcastically. Islam is a fraud who just got lucky. That's just bait. I'm not even going to rise to. Like, what's the point? You don't even believe that. It's because if Islam fights him and wins, everyone will count him out again. I disagree. I disagree with that. I don't understand that narrative. Put it this way. I feel like there's an easy answer to this. I'm glad you brought this up. I feel like there's an easy answer to something like this. It's on your resume. Would you rather have a win over Charles Oliveira or a win over Alexander Volkanovski if you're Islam Makhachev? Or would you rather have a win over Justin Gaethje or Alexander Volkanovski? One's a featherweight. So, it's Alexander Volkanovski. You're talking about one of the greatest fighters of all time. I'd rather have him on my resume. I don't give a shit that he's a featherweight. I do not care. I really don't. It's the same with Topuria. I'd rather have a Topuria win on my resume if I'm Islam Makhachev than Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier. Just because one was a featherweight. Topuria is a far better fighter than Justin Gaethje. Alexander Volkanovski is a far better fighter than Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier and these guys. And there's no disrespect to Poirier or Gaethje. They're both very good in their own right. But if you're asking me if, when all is said and done and the dust settles on my career, if I'm Islam Makhachev, who would I rather have on my resume? I'd rather have the pound-for-pound number one and one of the greatest featherweights of all time on my resume. And I predict Topuria to be on that same level in terms of his skill set and where he will end up in this sport. So I don't understand that narrative. I think it's dumb. And even at the end of the day, so what if people say that? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? I mean, really. It's just dumb. I don't think there's any narrative there. If anything, if that's what Makhachev is saying or his team has been saying, I think it's his team who've been saying that to try and stir up interest more than anything. So what? Who cares? Like, it doesn't mean anything. Islam wants a legacy fight, but running from Ilya, he's not. I don't think he's running from Ilya. I think he's just waiting for the Belal fight to do it, and that's fine. Because if I'm him, I understand. I'd want to move up to welterweight and get that 2-weight class status. You know, I'd want that. I understand. Light man skill only applies to a bantamweight. I think bantamweights are the most skilled. I think they're pretty similar, to be honest with you. You think 25 being the oh right, the lightest? You mean? I'm assuming you're saying because flyweights are far and away more skilled than most weight classes. Anyone who's with any sense of knowledge of the sport will know that. But I agree. I think flyweight and bantamweight are the highest skilled divisions in the sport. 100%. I think they're pretty much the same. But I think the difference is there's more depth at bantamweight, and that's why I think your argument makes sense. Skill set wise, I think they're the same. To be the heaviest fighters, throw Toby Vasa in there for 1 or 2 heavy shots. You'd have to rock the gorilla early, I think. Get him on the ropes. You would solo the gorilla. You ain't soloing no one, brother. I'm sorry, that would be mean. Good to see you. Do I watch any other MMA promotions? Sometimes I'll put one championship if it's on. Same with PFL. But no, not really. Again, you got to understand, I try and limit how much MMA content I consume outside of my work because I don't want to get burnt out. I've talked about this before at length. It's hard. It's a balancing act, right? That's why I don't watch MMA YouTubers really. I don't watch much promotions outside of the UFC, and I don't even watch that much UFC anymore outside of the big cards or fight nights that I'm interested in. You know, because otherwise I'll get burnt out. That's why. All the champs run from big fights besides DDP. I disagree. I disagree with that. You're a champ. You're gonna fight who's in front of you. Thoughts on protein yogurt? Protein's protein, man. I'd eat it. Not for me personally, but for those who partake, why not? JDM smokes Belal in Islam. His takedown defense is lackluster, and that's why I think he's going to lose. But we'll see. He's obviously been working on it massively, and he has been improving. So we'll see. I'm happy to be proven wrong, and I'm very back and forth on my prediction anyway. Marchev did it twice already. He probably wants to give back to his own class instead of just ruining the sport. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think it's from a place of benevolence or being charitable, wanting to give back to the lightweights, get the division moving. In this game, it's about individuals. When you're talking about the gladiators, when they're fighting in the cage and their general landscape of the rankings and the sport, it's very much a kill or be killed environment, literally, but also on the sense of you got to be selfish to get what you want in this game. You know, I don't think Makhachev is trying to play nice for the rest of his colleagues in the lightweight weight class. I really don't. I think he's doing what he wants to do for him and his career, which is what he should be doing, and I don't blame him in the slightest. Me versus 100 Latinas, yeah, I would compete in that. Eddie Hall would get okay by that gorilla, yeah, probably. Yeah, I agree. Agree with you, K. Dot. That would be something, but I mean, at least they're getting into boxing. At least that's something, for better or worse. Will remains to be seen. I think the JDM footage of Craig is staged, 100% staged, and I mean, they're just trying to sell the fight. Oblivion Remaster Opinions. I've installed it, but I haven't played it, man. I may be real. I will show you. This is what I've been playing. My life has straight up just been consumed by a certain game. If it lets me get it up, I'm trying to. What am I doing? There you go. My life has just straight up been consumed by this. By Divinity Original Sin 2. This has straight up been my life. I'm telling you. I've been playing far too much Divinity. That literally not well. I said consume my life. I haven't been playing far too much of it. Still been working, obviously. But in terms of games I've been playing, a lot of Divinity, man. I finally got around to playing it. It's been on my fucking Steam library for so long. I bought this game so long ago. But we're here now. I've been playing through it. Just reminds me of Baldur's Gate, as it would. Made by Larian. Great game. But yeah, I will be playing Oblivion at some point. Again, I got some memories of it as a kid. So it's exciting. Volk is a true legend. Tapura is still working to reach that level. I think he's on that level in terms of star power and skill set that he, on a resume, he'd still be far and away better than most fighters. You know, I'd rather have him on my resume than Justin Gaethje. I would. You know? Easiest way to beat the gorilla is just... We're still talking about the gorilla. For fuck's sake. You can legit pay to check out Craig Jones and he'll post it on his OF. What? That sounds interesting. Not as it sounds like a very Craig Jones thing to do. We're sleeping because he's boring. LG, someone said that earlier, and I'm in full agreement, man. That's the nature of Belal, is it not? We know how he operates. I mean, listen, Belal. I like him as a person. I actually am a fan of the guy as a human being. I like the way he operates. I like his moral compass, his principles. I think he speaks facts a lot of the time. He can be annoying on Twitter, but who isn't? Most fighters are. But the UFC countdown when he was talking about that Palestinian kid who he'd looked after and sheltered just showed me the kind of person he is. I appreciate he uses his connection to religion for good, for compassion. He's clearly a good dude. I respect him. Am I getting cauliflower here? I hope not. Does it look like I am? I don't think so. No. Oh shit, now you're making me get paranoid. No, I've never had issues with cauliflower ear. Am I? No, I'm tripping. No, I think the AirPods are just shaping my ear. Maybe a little bit, you know. What the fuck? Oh my god. No, hold on. Oh my god, bro. What is that fringe exposure? My forward exposure. Holy shit. Bro, tell me that ear is not a weird shape, right? Nah. You Is that it? Tell me I'm wrong. That ear looks look, that one is so much more rounded, right? Look. Nah. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Holy shit. No, I've never even clocked that. You're right. Look how more angular it is there. A little bit. No, man. You're right. You're right. They're different shapes. Listen, I know the lighting is different. My lighting isn't perfectly centered, so it looks probably not as bad as it is. No, I know he's trolling, but you can see the ears are a different shape. Like there is a little bit of look at that right there. Oh fuck. 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 I mean, listen, put it this way. I've never had to have anything drained, clearly. You can see that, so we're okay. Fuck. I mean, to be fair, I've been training for a while now. I'm not really surprised. No, I know you're not trolling. Like you are, I know there's a bit of exaggeration, sure, but like you're not wrong. That is definitely a bit, right? I never even clocked that. Probably a good thing, right? That I didn't clock it because it's not that much. Fuck's sake, man. Next thing you know, you got CT and can't remember what day it is. Well, considering I don't strike, I'll probably be all right. What's up, Sky? How you doing, man? How long, Unc? What for training? I mean, a lot of on and off and gaps in between. So I've been training since late 2021, but really, it's probably about half of that, like half of that time. So probably about 2 years, around 2 years. Who's near the door? What did the door open? Am I tripping? Did someone open the door? You're always gonna like Khabib's. Nah, man. I'm not letting that happen. Fucking better not, I swear to God. Ain't no way I'm running back the stream archive to see you open the door. No one opened the door. I'm not tripping, right? Yeah, no one opened the door. Don't troll me like that. Well, you maybe you're paranoid motherfuckers, I swear to God. Can I actually see your skid marks? Okay. What are we doing, bro? Your arm got cut, did he? Did someone else say that as well, right? I think I missed that. Damn. I mean, didn't he lose 3 on a row, right? Like, he's not like no, didn't he beat Jordan Vucenic though? How's he getting cut? He is good. That is harsh. I mean, to be fair, I mean, Tapology. Well, I mean, to be honest, I don't know why he's getting cut. He beat Felipe Silva and Mateus Gamrot and Jordan Vucenic. I don't think he should be getting cut for that. That's pretty crazy. All good, Bagwell. Have a good one, man. Oh my God, you're actually right about the cauliflower ear. Fuck's sake, bro. I can actually tell. I'm actually like deep in it now. I can feel it now. I didn't even clock it. I always felt a little bit of tension in this ear a bit more, or no, this one rather. But fuck. All right. Well, it's in God's hands. If there is a God, anyway. I don't necessarily believe in one. Could be a higher power. Who knows? We'll let him control the fate of my my ears. We'll see. Later, Rene. How you doing? Later. How you doing? I mean, have a good one. Would be the statement, man. Good to see you, brother. If I pronounced that right or wrong, do tell me. Fuck. My eyes have been opened, as have my ears. Fuck's sake. Thanks, Belal. We're going to get Islam fighting Ilya. You reckon? I mean, I hope so, but this is the case of whether Belal wins or not. If Belal wins, then yeah, we'll definitely get it, I think. So it's in our interests, if you want this fight, obviously, for Belal to beat JDM. And I actually think he will. But whether what we want and what we don't want is a different question, right? I do because I want Makhachev to fight Ilya Tapura. I don't want Islam moving up to fight JDM because for me that fight goes one way, and it's new all day, every day. I think Islam Makhachev makes that fight a joke. I honestly, he would work JDM. I don't even, yeah, you can talk about being a weight class up, JDM being a bit bigger. I don't give a fuck. Makhachev would absolutely ragdoll that man. I'm sorry, he would. He lost to both Tapura and Hamzat in the corner. Yeah, that's cut worthy valid. When you predict a fight, you always go against the guy who can only win with a single punch. I do most of the time, yeah. Hence why if Aspinall fought Ngannou, I'm picking Tom Aspinall. Then again, both those guys can win with a single punch. So, what can you say? JDM will submit Belal? I don't think so. Fuck, my hay fever's kicking in. Ain't no way right now. It's very hot today. Oh, I fucking hate hot weather. I'm just not built for it, man. Look at this fucking eye. This shit is going red, man. Oh my God, I'm cooked. Boys, I'm cooked. Oh my God, maybe it's the new glasses. Maybe they're cooking me. I think these look good though, no? I like them. They make me look a bit more distinguished. Oh my God, bro. I mean, I'm glad listen, put it this way. I'm glad my eyes are getting rinsed by hay fever, like, with only the back end of the stream rather than at the start. You got cauliflower eyes? Yeah, okay. Sure, we can call it that. Fucking stupid. Swear to God. I know you're not asking me if I like Kendrick, but I think he's alright. I think he's okay. Not really my kind of music personally. But yeah, he's a good couple tracks like King Kunta, that's a banger. DNA, banger. Family Ties, banger. But I'm not like a, fucking zealot for the guy. Dustin Poirier had one of his hips removed surgically. Dude is allergic to sprawling like an average man. And in the open, he was defending Islam's takedowns. That is true, actually. That's an interesting point. But again, styles make fights. And yes, you can make the argument JDM is also a boxing heavy fighter, but there's little intricacies in their game, whether that's due to a gap of skill or just their natural stance, that are going to make it completely different in terms of how those takedowns are going to fare. So it's one of those fights that it remains to be seen, right? If it happens, it happens. And how it plays out, I guess, is anyone's guess. But I think Makhachev will make it easy. Equally, though, K-Dot, you could say this. You could say Gilbert Burns absolutely whooped JDM on the takedown front. So, you know what I mean? There's plenty of arguments for and against. Favorite rappers 6ix9ine, Lil Pump. I don't like either of them. I hate those guys. I just don't really listen to rap or much hip hop, to be honest with you. Not my kind of music personally, but here and there, I'll dabble. It's not really my kind of tunes. Check general. No, that's just a different angle. You're trolling. Oh shit, the top of it though. No, the angle is different for sure, and the lighting is different too. I feel like it looks. Fuck. Are we gonna get this up right now? We're gonna get this up right now. Hang on. What? Run it. What are we saying here? I don't know. Is there a difference there? Tell me I'm not crazy. Yeah, yeah. Wait, when was that one? Is that one today? I don't think that. I think that looks all right. Nah, it's a lighting thing. It is. It is. Today. Oh shit. Oh no, there's 100% a difference there. Like 100%. Oh my god. Oh, you're actually not even wrong. You can see the top is like flatter. The top is actually flatter. It actually is. You can see. Look, the arc on the. I don't even know what you call that bit. Like the cartilage bit. I don't even know. The top section of the ear, the underfold. Look how much flatter that is. Holy fuck. Oh my god. That is crazy. I mean, is it actually? I don't think there's that much. I think it's fine. I mean, yeah, it is a little bit different. And the lighting is also different. Oh, Jax, don't do me like that, man. Bro, don't. Ah, fuck. You actually clocked it, Renny, bro. The pair fucks. Oh my god. Oh my days. Oh, it's good to see you there, Jax, man. I was literally looking at your channel earlier. Just seeing how you were doing. Fuck's sake, bro. Ah, you know what, Fez? I'll hold that. I'll hold it. God damn it. Not what we want to hear. Not what I expected on a stream. I'm gonna be real, but that's what you guys. You little fucking detectives, man. Fuck. Fucking hell. You know what, Fez? I'm gonna own it. It might get worse. We're gonna let it roll. We're gonna let it happen. Dating life is gonna skyrocket when you get full cauliflower ear. Yeah, well, I doubt it. Well, hopefully these new glasses, bro, it's gonna change the game. I think we look miles better than me. Look that I did before. To be fair, I've been off that shit for a while. To be honest with you, I've just been focusing on YouTube. I've been on the grind, and probably for the better. To be honest with you, at least your shit don't look like Poirier. Yeah, who's got the worst cauliflower? I don't even know. I don't even gonna hear my dog barking there, but she's I think I'm crazy. May 10 has still for the bully. I think so. I'm pretty. Listen, I've been back and forth on the prediction of the last couple of weeks, and for a while since we've heard rumors about this fight, I'm so back and forth on it, man. So it remains to be seen. Maybe. Yo, what the hell is my dog barking about? Also, yo, Jax, I actually wanted to reach out to you, man. I'm gonna DM you tonight if that's all right, bro. I just wanted to talk to you about a couple things. I was planning on reaching out to you because I spoke about it earlier about getting onto commentary and more media work and stuff like that. I don't know, you've not exactly your ballpark, but to an extent with what you do. So I'll shoot you a message, brother. But yeah, I'm glad it doesn't look like Poiriers. May 10 and New, you in agreement as well? Oh wait, no, and New is JDM. What am I talking about? Yeah, maybe it's such a hard fight to call. I think the Gilbert Burns fight for me is my biggest indicator, or it's what's swaying my prediction the most, right? In terms of going the other way, going towards Belal Muhammad winning the fight. So I'm very back and forth on it, but that's my biggest evidence that yes, Gilbert Burns was finished by JDM, but he was, a minute and a half or whatever it was away from winning that fight, largely in part due to those takedowns on multiple occasions that JDM was able to land. So we'll see. JDM is more fundamentally skilled than Belal. I mean, yeah, you could say that. His style doesn't work against him super well because he doesn't have daggy roids on him. I don't agree with that. I think the case is Belal is very good at neutralizing your strengths with his style. He might not be the best in any department, but he's very good putting that all together in negating your best efforts. It's same with Leon. Leon is a far more skilled fighter, far more technically gifted fighter than Belal, but he got his ass handed to him. because Belal knew how to neutralize all of those threats one by one. That's what he's very good at. And against JDM, I think it'll be the same. You're more fundamentally skilled than Belal. I wouldn't go that far. Belal should win, but JDM does have a reasonable path to victory. Oh, absolutely. Listen, I feel like it's been one of those things where, I mean, it's a title fight. And in most title fights, you've got two guys who are at the top of the game. It's always going to be there's always going to be a fair path to victory for either man, generally speaking, in most title fights. Unless your name is Moicano and you're fighting Islam Makhachev. Occasions like that, I can willing to make an exception. But in a standard title fight, you've got two of the best in the world. So I agreed. 100% JDM can win. I think the standing TKO is the victory path there for JDM, because Belal is quite durable for all of his drawbacks. He can take a punch. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited though. I like it. It's an intriguing main event, just stylistically. I'd like JDM to win but if on an isolated view of that fight, just those two guys, if you're ignoring the wider dynamics of the welterweight and lightweight divisions, I want JDM to win. I think he's a much more exciting fighter and he's fun to watch. So I'd like him to win the belt, but for what it means for the lightweight and welterweight divisions, as I spoke about Islam Makhachev potentially fighting Ilia Topuria, I want Belal Muhammad to win because of that. So we'll see. Watching the Chelsea game, yeah, I'm gonna. It's actually just kicked off now, isn't it? So it's probably a good time for me to head off. Answer a couple more. Have you ever fallen asleep during a fight? Yeah, 100%. Back in the day, I did multiple times when I first started watching the UFC and mixed martial arts, mate. I wasn't good at staying up for it. I'm actually worse at staying up for it now than I used to be because I don't do it as much anymore, so I'm not as good. And I try to minimize my caffeine consumption late at night. Otherwise, I tick over and it's not good. Leon doesn't have the same level at all. Just have a look at the last fight. Guy that shows that he depends on his corner. I don't really agree with. I mean, with Sean Brady, it's stars make fights, man. It's tough. I don't know. He's not a bad fighter, bro. You can't call him a bad fighter by winning a belt and defending it twice. You're beating one of the best welterweights of all time, and then Colby Covington, who's also very good in his own right. Maybe less so now, but still, resume wise, I mean, you can't be. You're not a bad fighter for you in the UFC. Do you know how hard that is to get in the UFC? Let alone win a belt, let alone defend it twice. So I think that's crazy take. Outside of maybe Ilya, does the UFC have a lightweight on the roster that can beat Islam? It's tough, bro. Honestly, it really is hard, isn't it? I mean, no. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anyone really that good. I mean, and that's no disrespect to any of them. It's just a guy like Makhachev is just... He's just very fucking dangerous, isn't he? I mean... I think Fiziev is an interesting one on the feet. But I just think Makhachev would take him down and work him. I do. Joel Alvarez is legit as well. I'd like to see him. I think he's going to dominate Benoit Saint-Denis. But no one in the top 15 that I could say with confidence that they would have a good chance. But Fiziev, if he can keep the fight standing, yeah. I mean, we know how good his striking is. So Chris Duncan, no way. I actually like his grappling, to be fair, Chris Duncan. But no, I think he no. Come on, be serious. With that, guys, I am gonna have to love you and leave you. One, because I'm getting fucking hay fever all over the gaff. Two, I've been streaming a little bit longer than I usually do anyway. And three, Chelsea are on, and I need to see them claim victory. But I appreciate all of you. I hope you all have a good morning, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you are at in the world, tuning in here today with me. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I will see you on Sunday. Yeah. Have a good one, people. See you later.